Dear viewers, today in this video I'll focus on PMP exam preparation. This part is lesson 4. In this video specifically we'll be focusing on lesson 4, lead the team. In this part there are 7 aspects. So in this specific video I'll be focusing on craft your leadership skill, then create a collaborative project team environment and empower the team. These 3. And in the next video I'll cover the other 4 parts. So let's start. So to craft your leadership skill, first focus on power skill. What is power skill? Project professionals use interpersonal power skills, including collaborative leadership, communication, or an innovative mindset, or for purpose orientation and empathy. So these power skills are very important. So there are some guidelines for good leadership. You should tailor your leadership approach and style. Which approach and style you'll be focusing? I'll discuss later what are the approaches and styles. Lead with empathy. You should show your empathy to the team members. Then you should understand that motivations and working styles vary time, place, manner. And maintain that transparency and accountability and openness so that people can understand what is your view. And also ensure the external resources are included, because you don't have all the resources, so you can use the external resources too. So what are the leadership competencies in a team, in a person? What are the leadership competencies? So number 1 is communication. You must have a good communication power. Then conflict management power. There will be some conflicts, you have to address them. Then critical thinking capacity, because people do not know how to think critically on a specific issue. So you have to use the team to think critically. And there should have the cultural awareness about the team, about the organizational culture, or the social political culture. And they must have the decision capacity. And leadership, a leader must have the emotional intelligence technique, EI, emotional intelligence. And they also should have ethical approach. And there are some PMI code of ethics or professional conduct. We must follow that. And expert judgment, facilitation, meeting management, how to conduct a meeting. Negotiation is an art actually. Networking, team building. These are the quality of a leader. These are the leadership competencies. So a leader must have the interpersonal and team skills. For example, he must be an active listener, and he must know the communication styles. He should assess which style is better in which situation, and he must use the emotional intelligence to attract the team members, to retain them, to use them properly. And he can use the motivation power, nominal group techniques, political awareness also there, should be there, and transparency must be there. So communication style assessment is a technique to identify the preferred communication method, format and content for stakeholders for planned communication activities. You are implementing a big project. So you have many team members, many groups. So each of the team has some strengths and weaknesses. So you have to analyze them, and you have to find in which situation, in time, place, manner, what kind of style of leadership you should use or not. So that's the analysis. We call it communication styles assessment. Then what is the difference between leadership and the management? Leadership is guiding the team by using discussion and exchange of ideas. On the other hand, Management is directing action using prescribed set of behavior. So when you are actually managing, you have the prescription, a set of behavior are there. So you just directing people and they're just following. This is management. On the other hand, in leadership, actually you are guiding, you are demonstrating, you are leading the team by using discussion and an exchange of ideas. So you will share your ideas and views and people will follow you. They will be guided by you. They will follow you as a mentor, as a guide, as a leader. So that is the difference. So adapt leadership style to situations and stakeholders. What kind of situation it is, what kind of stakeholder you are dealing. So use that sort of leadership style. Be aware of individual and team aims and working relationship. And use political awareness. Use political awareness and emotional intelligence. And now we'll be focusing on leadership styles. But before that, you have to consider some issues. Number one is experience with project type. So how many years or what sort of experience you have and your team members have. And see the team member maturity. How are they? Are they freshmen or they are experienced? Organizational governance structure. You also should see that. And distributed project teams. Yeah, are they centrally dealt or distributed? You must consider that. So there are 5 styles I will be discussing now. Style 1 is direct style. In this one actually the leadership style is hierarchical with project manager making all decisions. So project manager, a bit of authoritarian type, direct the people. Second one is you see consultative. Consultative is actually the leader factors in opinions but makes the decision. So here leader takes some kind of opinions from everyone but actually makes the decision by the leadership. And then the servant leadership. Servant leadership is actually leader models desired behavior. Leaders models desired behavior. That means leader himself works ahead. He actually shows the path. He actually demonstrates how to do the work. So actually he is actually work as a model of the working team. And another is consensus or collaborative. This one is actually team operates autonomously. Each team operates autonomously separately. And the situational. This one style changes to fit context and maturity experience of team. If the team is experienced and matured, they can actually shape themselves in terms of situation in any issue. So these are the 5 styles of leadership with characteristics. But very important one, the servant leadership. A servant leadership is a style used in Agile and other types of project which encourages the self-definition, self-discovery, and self-awareness of team members by listening, coaching, and providing an environment that allows them to grow. So a leader actually, he himself involved in the working team. He actually shows the path. He actually work as a model. So he facilitates rather than manage. He provides coaching and training. He removes work impediments. All kind of impediments he removes. And he focuses on accomplishments actually. He focuses on values. He encourages every team member to be a servant leader. So actually servant leader, he himself involved in the work, he demonstrates and he actually work as a model. So everyone will be following him. This is the style of servant leadership. And another word you should keep in mind, growth mindset. A good leader always focus on growth mindset of the team. He tries to focus each of the team members so that they can grow. A growth mindset is the belief that person's capacities and talents can be improved over time. How? Because you will be mentoring, you will be guiding them, you will be training them. By this, each of the team members will be improved, and that's the focus of growth mindset. Let past experiences and processes provide guidance for, but not dictate your actions. Commit to continuously improve and innovate to find new ideas and perspectives. Discover the best approach through discussion and introspection, and avoid complacency and blind acceptance. So discuss and focus on actually growing. So with your idea from previous experiences, but you must have a benchmark. So follow that and grow, not alone with the team. That's the focus of growth mindset. Now the team building. For team building, you have to follow the cohesion and solidarity help team performs better. Good leadership facilitates bonding between project team members. There must have some bonding each of the team. And team building activities build unity among them, build trust among them, build empathy between them, and focus on the team over the individual. They can be formal or informal. They can be brief or extended, but that should be facilitated by the leader. True leader can do it well. So, forming team, crafting leadership skill, but there are 5 steps of forming a team. So, number 1 is forming. This is a Tuckman style. Tuckman introduced these 5 steps of team building. So, forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Number 1 is forming. Forming means team members meet and begin to work, and they start to trust each other, they listen each other. Storming, when they are going to start work and they have already started and discussing, talking, so there will be some different opinions. So there will be some anxiety, tensions between them, conflict. So team members begin to assert others. They start to fight with others, or they try to adjust or digest others' opinion. That's why we call it storming. And what is norming? After the fighting or conflicting, after discussion, negotiation, now they actually try to digest each other's opinion. That's what we call norming. Team begins to work productively without worrying about personal acceptance or control issues. And then comes performing. So everyone is ready to give the full effort. Now team is working with optimum productivity and is collaborating easily, communicating freely, and solving its own conflicts. And last one is adjourning. Team members complete their assigned work and shift to next project assigned task. So in this part, actually recognition, awarding is done. So this forming, storming, norming, performing, adjourning is 5 steps of making a team. And now the balance the team tone with sense of urgency. Tone, use fluid communication and engagement. Promote positive interactions. And urgency, emphasize the project's vision and value. What is urgent? Emphasize the project's vision and value. Commit to and to accountable for delivering value. And ambition, team as an active participant in delivering the organization's strategic vision. So always, what is urgent? To focus on the value and the vision of the project. And for that, you have to use the tone of fluid communication and positive interaction. And now focus on the virtual team member engagement. For the virtual team member engagement, you should focus on team dynamics. You should be transparent and accountable. And you should show the attention to effective communication. And use and adapt video conferencing tools. Check for active participation. Assess body language and tone. That's important to convince others. enable visibility of work and work status with tools. And virtual team best practices are manage risk of feeling isolated. Manage the risk of feeling isolated because they were working virtually, so you should communicate in a way that they don't feel isolated. Focus on shared commitments and team goals versus individual accomplishments. So we have to make a balance between the individual achievements and the team goals and instill a sense of shared commitment among them. So to create a collaborative project team environment, actually we should focus on where and how the team actually works. So co-location is best if possible. Co-location always best if possible, because environment and location always impact on the team performance. So foster the meaningful interaction between the team members and support autonomy. Respect agreed team working hours and practices and make some ground rules so that everyone follow that. People will not become isolated and they will be feeling that they will feel the ownership and engaging with the shared goals and commitment to the vision and value of the project. And you must show the transparency, one of the three pillars of empirical process: transparency, inspection, and adaptability that promotes real-time, accurate progress on every aspect of the project. So transparency is crucial. Create a team space that encourages co-location, collaboration, communication, transparency, and visibility. There are 5 aspects. Co-location is important, collaboration important, communication better is important, transparency and visibility among the team members. And ensure private space for those who need for work in solitude. If one is very much focused in his work, give him some space so that he can work alone with sound mind without any disturbance. So work information management system or project management information system, PMIS, should be built. Gather, integrate and share project data. Ensure consistency in collection and reporting. And Microsoft project or similar project software you can use. So artifact management system should be there. Store and maintain project artifacts. Microsoft SharePoint or Teams, Google Drive or artifacts enable reconstruction of the history of the project to benefit others project, and project team create maintain during life of the project. So information storage is important. Distribution good practice is also important because each of the team members have some information, and information on each of the members should be kept in the system. Select an accessible location. Use information radiator to make work visible. The storage and distribution system should match the complexity of the project. So this kind of system actually ensure the transparency. Every member can see who is doing what and how, and what is the role of each member, and how actually contributing each member in the goal making. So that's why this kind of information system is important. So standardized artifacts, what to include in this system? A simple way to produce and control documents, standardized formats and templates so that everyone can understand by seeing the template, and it will be homogeneous, everyone will get it easily. A structured process for the review and approve of documents, version control and security should be there, and time distribution of documents. So if you use specific format or templates for the team members, for the work, for the goals, for the work process, then people can understand it easily. So tailor the artifacts as per your project need. Stakeholder engagement plan, communication management plan, communication needs, effective choice of tools, techniques and topics, communication documents and technologies. So these are the artifacts. You should tailor it based on your needs, because the project to project, place to place, time to time it actually differs. So how will you communicate? There are many communication tools I have discussed in the first lesson, but again I am telling here that it can be meeting, verbal or non-verbal, physical or virtual, phone call, online, digital or electronic media like website, social media, instant text message via phone, platform, email, and so on. And physical like body language, how you talk, eye contact, gesture, posture, everything will be part of the communication. So communication challenge and considerations. So you should always consider the urgency, availability and reliability of technology, and ease of use, and environment, language, formality, all the part of communication. You should be focused on sensitivity and confidentiality. Communication, organizational procedures are social media protocols, data protection laws, regulation, accessibility requirements. So these are the issues you have to consider before making any communications. So normally the trends are review meeting or meeting with stakeholders, multi-faceted dissemination in social media or website, location is important, language also important, cultural homogeneity also important, technological availability. You are using Zoom meeting tools, but the other team members do not have the Zoom facility, so you cannot use that. So technological availability of stakeholders is important, and frequent teams checkpoints and co-locating team members is necessary. So communication can be two-way. One is pushing. For example, you are emailing someone. This is pushing the message. And then is polling. That means you are keeping all the information in the website or in the storehouse in the database. So people use it when they need it. That's called polling. And communication should be interactive, like conversation, messaging, workshop, collaboration, whiteboarding for Agile team. And there are three models: sender, receiver, encoding, decoding. So whatever sender send, it's encoding, and whatever receiver receive, it's called decoding. And in the middle there is a transmission. So there will be some noise, there will be some gap between the sender and the receiver. So I have discussed it in earlier point, so I will not talk more on this point. And current emotional state should be always focused. What is culture, generational, what is national issue, professional issue, discipline, gender, personally biases. These kind of assumptions you should keep in mind when you are going for a better communication. So stakeholder communication management. For predictive, you have stakeholder engagement plan, you have communication management plan, you have communication needs, you have effective choice of tools, you have communication documents and technologies. For adaptive, you have project management plan, you have product roadmap, you have task board, you have experiments, you have product backlog and sprint backlog. So you have to actually configure the management plan, maintain the artifacts. So what are the project management plan component? States, describes how project information will be recorded and updated. And it should facilitate the consistency of the product, service or result of the project or operability. Configuration management system actually shows how a project manager tracks projects, artifacts and monitors and controls change to the team. So there are many artifacts, how the project manager control them, monitor them, and when need it sent to the control process. So configuration management plan actually is a component of the project management plan that describes how to identify and account for the project artifacts under configuration, control, and how to record and report change to them. So you have to make a list of artifacts and you have to always update, maintain, control, and report to the change to the team. That's called the configuration management plan. And now the new issue is version control. Version control is a system that records changes to a file in a way that allows user to retrieve previous changes made to it. So you have to have the version control. You are working in a version. and you are changing it and changing again, but in some point you need the previous version. So you have to have the system that you can go for to the previous version too. So the version control should be at the hand of the leader in the team. So for each update, a new version number should be kept, date and time should be stamped, and name of user who made the changes should be there, and there's in that way you can control the version. Now the empower the team. Empower teams with emotional intelligence and fluid communication. So empower teams to feel a sense of ownership of work, make decisions collaboratively, and share responsibility. Prioritize team unity over individual contribution. Grant autonomy to team to show trust, to inspire them, to boost productivity, and be focused on the goal. Team recognize their power and influence to achieve the goal. As an empowered, cohesive unit, they depend on the decision-making process, desired value achieving. So empower teams as a cohesive unit but respect individuals. Create an environment that acknowledges diversity in a positive way and builds mutual trust by and following organization or other relevant standards for should be there, and supporting trust and moral building initiative should be there, and fostering and collaborating culture, acting and leading the empathy also important. So to create psychological safety and embrace diversity is important. If you want to empower the team, you have to deal with the psychological safety and embrace the diversity. Psychological safety is a psychological condition required for high performing project teams. Team members should be comfortable being themselves at work. Healthy work setting is important. Embrace diversity are built on trust and mutual respect is important. Ensure ethical decision making. So psychological safety is being able to show and enjoy oneself without fear, without any negative consequences. They can share their views, they can involve themselves, they can part of the process of decision making and implementation, and that actually helps to be more fruitful. So there are 5 theories for this. One is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and another is Herzberg motivation hygiene theory. Next one is McGregor's theory X and Y. So these 5 theories actually I am discussing in this video, but let me discuss them in the next video. So I will stop here. Thank you so much.